Hi, this is to the one and only woman I love on planet Earth. In that way, um, I just produced a video with Whitney, and regarding the videos where you are a star in the videos, and regarding the videos with Whitney, please try to understand them because I think you had no chance so far. I had no chance to present myself in a way that I would say it's okay for myself towards you. You had no chance to make up your mind correctly. And the reason is clear, it is body sharing. It is because my human body is getting influenced by other creatures which have lived as human beings before, which are able to do that. It is because of my days here in the area where I live. Also, the circumstances you might have heard about how I have to live in this area, how I'm living, are not normal for me. And I would have wished a situation where I can live a normal life in front of you, or at least that you can make up your mind how I would behave in normal situations, in a normal living situation. But clearly that is not the case in my life since a longer while. And for me, I explained that so often I can't even count it anymore. It is totally embarrassing that I came into that situation. Um, for myself, shameful. I feel shame when I think about it, to be absolutely honest. And the problem is very easy. I want you to understand that in the house where I'm living here, the circumstances are not normal. The lady who owns the house is not living a normal life, and she's not living under normal circumstances. She is, her human body is getting influenced badly often as well by body sharing, by other creatures which have lived as human beings before, which do also cause pain and confusion in her human body. She do have the same memory problem as me, which means she do forget everything very quick, and that do lead often to very stressful situations here in the house, and to a very high stress level for all the people here in the house. So that is just one point where stress is caused, but a lot of stress is caused there also. Um, that lady, I want to speak a little bit about her, and I want to try to be very fair. See, she gave me a roof over the head when I normally would have ended on the streets. So she did a nice act there. But because her human body is influenced so often, and she's feeling so much pain in her human body, she's also always very stressed, and often very mean towards other people, also towards me. That's the case regarding all the people which are living in the area, and that do cause a lot of stress for all of us which are living in this house. It's not the fault of the woman, it's the fault of the creatures which do abuse her human body so badly that she them have to suffer so much, which do lead to a situation that she's behaving like that. Maybe she have also her own problems and is also behaving like that because of her own problems, so you have to separate that, but that do cause a lot of the situation, the body sharing part. I want you to understand that as long as I live here in this house, because I'm in the situation that I cannot get easily a flat. Um, so as long as I have to live here in this house, the circumstances are not normal. I cannot live a normal life here in the area. As long as as long as I have to suffer from effects from body sharing by myself, that is also nothing I can call a normal life or normal circumstances, how I have looked at my own life before, like before I moved to this house years and years and years ago. Um, Here in this house, I want to describe you that a little bit better. So first of all, you have seen maybe in my old Facebook timeline that the human body of that lady who owns the house got influenced very often also to guide her, even against her will sometimes, into situations where she's them collecting a lot of stuff. Boxes with books, paintings, rubbish, furniture stuff. So she's collecting the whole day a lot of stuff and bringing it to this house. And that is causing also a lot of stress for everybody who is in this house. And she is a lady, she's involving everybody because she's suffering so much with her own human body. She then is going on the nerves of everybody else to help her to carry all that stuff around. That sounds stupid, but that did stress me a lot in the past years. And that was also caused in parts extra by creatures which have lived as human beings before, like Whitney, which did trigger the body of the woman, for example, very often, that she then did decide to get stones to build houses with. But not one trailer full of stones, no, many trailer full of stones. That sounds funny. It's not funny if you have to go to another place, fill up the trailer with all the stones by carrying the stones, then bringing them to the area over here, uploading the trailer again. All that is stress. All that is a lot of work and causes a lot of stress. And so for me, it is very important that you can understand the situation better, that you do understand here in the house where I'm living a restless life. Don't find time to have a real stress-free day, a day free of stress. Then here in the house, I'm often in a situation that the woman, because she's suffering from body sharing, from pain, and her nerve system was attacked so often, so she's exploding very often during the day, also towards others, and then she starts to scream around and all that. And stuff like that, of course, do go on my nerves. So my nerve system is constantly overstressed as long as I'm living under such living conditions. Um, you might have heard that I have lived in quite a chaos. Let me say it like that, quite a mess. Which means a lot of stuff is laying in the house over here, a lot of stuff she did collect in the past. Um, a lot of rubbish is laying around and stuff like that. That's also for me not how I have lived in my normal life. That is only the situation in my life since the moment when I started to reach my mom. Then the real chaos in my life started. Regarding the area where I live, that a lot of stuff was laying around, a lot of dirt was produced, and so on, so on. So for me, it is totally painful and totally embarrassing that you were overloaded with so many informations, where you have seen me living that kind of life under that kind of circumstances. And that is not what I call a normal situation. That's not what I call a normal life. That's not how I've lived before. Even now, where I try to produce this video for you, you hear in the background, you hear noises. And that is very often the case. And if you get bumped by noises, by interactions with people which are constantly stressed and constantly in a bad mood, then of course you become stressed yourself. And that's what did happen to me over here. It also do lead to a situation that when I'm totally stressed the whole time, I do look stressed in front of the camera. And I had a stressful life, is correct, but I never lived a life like that before, where stress did lead to a situation in my life that them other people could see when I was stressed. And that did happen in the past, and it was quite embarrassing, stupid. So this house is not normal. I want to start to produce some videos for you to give you a better overview, because I don't know what you have heard and what you might have not heard and what you have seen and what you might have not seen and stuff like that. Please watch the videos with Whitney, because she's also sharing informations there regarding her behavior towards me. And I think these videos can lead to a situation that you do understand my situation a little bit better. So I gonna try to describe you a typical day in this house, just that you do understand how unusual that house is, because so many human bodies are getting influenced by creatures which have lived as human beings before here in the area, here in the house. When I moved to this house in the beginning, so when I entered here, if you want it like that, the daughter of the woman was also living in this house. And she was screaming the whole day. She was very aggressive towards a lot of other people, also towards her own mother, who is the lady who owns the house. She did destroy a lot of stuff because she could not control her aggressions. So from 10 hours where she was awake, she was screaming around 6 hours. That was the first complete months in this house. Screaming from the mother, screaming from the daughter, and you hear the whole time war. You hear the whole time that humans go against each other, that they smash things, that they destroy stuff. You hear all the noises the whole time. That was the first month in this house, the first few months, so more than one. Later on, the daughter moved out of that house here, and I'm now in the room where she had lived before. This room is a mess. It's not a place where I would like to live normally. It's just a better option than to sleep under the bridge. That's how I've seen it when I moved here, and that's how I see it today. The windows are not isolated, which means in the winter it's freaking cold. Um, the, the house is a disaster in itself regarding European living circumstances if I look at other houses. And for example, this room here where I live now, the floor, for example, is totally destroyed. In the floor, she did put axes, like in the video step by step from Whitney. You can see there's an axe. If I would use that camera to film here the floor, you would see one axe after the other in the floor, it's a wooden floor. And the same was with the walls are painted a bit, but the whole place is a disaster. You might have heard about that place, and that's why I'm trying to explain that to you. And you might have heard that I moved here because I lost my flat where I lived before. And I want to make clear, because you maybe have heard stuff out of that flat, that the living situation I was in at that moment in time is also not a living situation I would call a normal living situation. And so, in case you are stressed because you have heard so much about the rubbish, about dirt laying around and stuff like that, um, you can relax in your mind a little bit. That's what I think regarding potential future scenarios. Because in case I would not suffer from body sharing anymore, which means in case a situation would come up where other creatures which have lived as human beings before would stop to use my body by body sharing, then it would be more easy for me to recover, and it would be possible to deal with stuff like that. Not in this house, but in another flat, maybe potentially. So um, I want you to understand that the chaos you have heard about, that's not how I want to live. That's not how I have lived before. A lot of the chaos was caused extra by other creatures, which have lived as human beings before, which did use human bodies and influence them to organize the chaos, to organize stress, to organize stress between humans, which organized the situation that the stress level was raised regarding many humans which do live in this house here. Um, I never wanted you to, for example, visit me here in the house. I never would like to see you here in the area because I have so much bad experience, and because it is also dangerous for living humans. For example, the daughter of the woman who owns the house, maybe you have heard that, she got raped a couple of times. She got raped a couple of times because creatures which have lived as human beings before, which have lost their own human body, did use a man's body, not my man's body, the body of another man, to rape her a couple of times. So I had to realize that the fact that I did try to inform about universal communication, and the fact that I did try to help other creatures which have lived as human beings before to reach out for their living family members, that did lead to a situation where people in the area where I live got more attacked than it would be normal. So many creatures which have lived as human beings before had, because of that, their focus on me and on the area where I'm living. Um, all the stuff I had to witness here is a lot of that stuff is totally antisocial, and that's not how I'm grown up. A lot of the behavior I had to witness here from others is totally antisocial, and that's not how I would behave under normal circumstances or how I would like to behave. So I just wanted to make that point clear. If you look at the house, at the area where I live, please do not forget that other creatures which have lived as human beings before had their fingers in when they did organize such a situation. Um, Regarding me, it's very easy. I have lived in three places which were a total disaster and a total chaos in my life. And the three places are this house, the flat before, and the flat before. So it's one timeline, one time period, if you want it like that. And in all three cases of flats or houses where I lived, that's what people call the sky, heaven, whatever was involved in creating the chaos. That's the information as far as I have it today. Um, None of these three flats or three places are places where I have lived a normal life like I have lived it before. And that's what I really would like to see, that you realize that, because then you're able maybe to separate the informations a little bit better. You're maybe for yourself, it's easier to analyze stuff better, to come easier to the right conclusions. See, if creatures which have lived as human beings before, which have lost their own human body, if they connect in symbiosis to human bodies, and if they guide them to create a chaos, the humans normally can do nothing against it to avoid it. They often can't even see it. Um, as I said, it's quite difficult for me to speak about all that because it's so shameful, because I wanted to speak with you directly. I'm not that type of guy who likes to speak about private feelings in the internet, or I do not like to see myself being forced by others into a situation now where I have to communicate with you like that. It's just the only option I see because I do not have your cell phone number. Regarding me, by the way, I'm searching for a flat at the moment. So as soon as I can, as soon as I found a place to stay, I will move out of that area here, and I will move out of the house because it's too stressful, and every day is just stress. Also, the lifetime experience I had to collect here in the house is so bad that, of course, I do not want to live here and I do not want to stay here. Um, the rest is very easy. In the past, in these special time periods, um, I became broke. I lost all my money because I was fighting to have contact with my mom, and because I got attacked um, through the mirror cabinet, how people would call it. So other human bodies were influenced by third creatures to them, for example, rip me off, lie to me, not pay their bills, and so on until all the money was destroyed. So it's a long list of disasters which were caused. Um, that's part of my life story, and it's very, very difficult to explain that to others. Um, my situation is therefore a little bit bad if I search for a flat. So it will take maybe some more time for someone like me to find a flat than for other people, because I don't have the financial possibilities. And in the situation I'm in, it is impossible to get a job or to work because of body sharing, because my human body is influenced so badly and so often during the day that it would be impossible to do any kind of normal job where you have to communicate with others the whole time, where you have to be in public, where you have to be in time regarding appointments, so on. So I'm searching for a flat, and I hope one day I will find one, and then I will move out of the area as fast as I can. Um, Regarding the videos, I'm coming back now to the videos with Whitney. I would like, I would be happy if you would watch some of them, if you would try to understand my situation. Also, because I think if you understand it, Whitney is also attacking you by her behavior towards me, because she's creating a situation where then all your chances are stolen by her to make up your mind and to be able to judge correct. And that is totally unacceptable for me. It's also very, very difficult. I just want you to know that it's very, very difficult for me to communicate towards you in front of a camera, to use that communication method. It's just that I do not see any other options at the moment because, as I said, I do not have your cell phone number or a Skype address or anything like that. I'm gonna maybe produce, I'm not sure about that, I'm maybe gonna produce a few more videos with Whitney. She's sometimes not very clear when I produce videos with her. She's not very clear how she's using the natural environment to be clear in the communication. And she sometimes is doing that extra. So I will produce some more videos to give you the chance to understand that better. Regarding body sharing, it's a dangerous topic. I want to inform you about that. Please do not go too deep into that, even if my human body is affected by that. Even if I have to suffer from stuff which have to do with body sharing, I would not like to see a situation where you are trying to understand body sharing deep on a good level. Because if you would get a good consciousness level regarding body sharing, that could lead to a situation where you then get attacked by creatures which have lived as human beings before, just because you are able to understand the attacks. They could, for example, attack you to put pressure on you and stuff like that. So it's a very dangerous topic. I just want to make that point clear because you're too important for me. And I'm in that stupid situation that I know it is a dangerous topic, but I'm also in the situation that my human body is getting influenced every day, and I don't know how to describe you this stuff if I cannot speak about it. So I would like to explain you all this stuff is one part of me, and the other part is screaming no for security reasons the whole time. And that do also lead to a very, very stupid and fucked up situation for me. Because, of course, I, as the man who's loving you, I would like to be in the situation to at least be able to explain you what's going on in my life, and to explain you what have caused that stupid situation both of us are in now. Regarding Whitney, I just want to make clear I do not want a relationship with her or anything. I just want to get rid of her as fast as possible. And I'm saying that because we had the topic in one of the other videos which I just filmed before I started this one. So I filmed universal communication with Whitney, and she made her behavior towards me transparent in the video in parts. She made in parts transparent how badly she do influence my human body daily and how often she do attack me sometimes. She did make transparent that she's especially attacking me if my feelings for you are coming up or if I think about you. So I get attacked and tortured because I love you. That's my living situation daily. Um, what I have to witness here, what other creatures are sometimes doing with my human body is unacceptable. It's rape on a very, very high level, and it is torture on a very, very high level. It is unacceptable. It is an antisocial behavior. Um, Social societies never should accept. That's what I think about that. Um, I'm sad. I'm sad because, of course, I would find it nicer if I would be in a situation where I could make some jokes towards you, where I could easily enjoy my time when I think about you, and so on, so on. Many, many points where I would like to see a positive base in which on which I could behave, but because the base often is attacked, if you want it like that, my living situation is so different. Um, I would like to tell you 1,000 beautiful things instead of 1,000 sad things regarding body sharing and what I had to go through and what I had to witness. But my past weeks, months, and years were totally bad, totally painful, and a total disaster. That's how I look at it. I'm gonna produce another video. I'm gonna start to produce a few videos for you, and hopefully they're getting a little bit better. I'm trying to recover as best as I can, but my situation is every day that I get attacked often. So even now, even when I talk to you in this video, I got attacked from Whitney inside my human body. And with all these attacks, I'm not willing to describe you everything what's going on in my human body the whole time, because that will lead to a situation where I don't feel totally stupid and ashamed because of that. And that's a quite unfair situation for me as a man, because other creatures do decide if they do attack me or not. Also, I want to make another point clear. See, if I produce a video and if I get attacked inside my human body, you cannot see that. What you see is always the result. For example, if I'm angry in a video, or if I'm totally stressed, or if I'm totally confused or overloaded, stuff like that. That's what you can see. Um, do not judge me for that. I have not lived a life like that where I was unable to communicate very well. That just came up in the past years. I even had jobs in the past where communication was the stuff where I made my money with. So the situation you had to witness with the data is quite unnormal for me. That's how I look at that. That's how I look at the complete data since the moment where I showed myself to the public to inform about universal communication. For me, it is totally sad to not be able to talk to you directly. It is totally painful every day and every minute in my life that I'm not able to solve your questions face to face. That I'm not able to talk to you face to face at the moment. I really want you to know that, and I really want you to understand that. And the reason for that is for sure my strong feelings for you. Um, okay, this video is now 40 minutes. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna try to keep them as short as possible, but there's a lot of stuff to explain, and I know I do repeat myself often in the video material. I apologize for that. It's because I do not know which videos you have seen, which videos you do not have seen, and it's also because of my memory. As you might remember, I cannot keep stuff in mind. So when I explain stuff, I forget that quickly. But that is also caused by other creatures which are connected in symbiosis to my human body and which do block my memory extra. So that's also not a normal situation. But that also did lead in the past to a situation where I was sure you would judge me wrong, and where I was sure I do look very stupid in the video material because I had to repeat everything so often. So I'm gonna end this video. I love you, and I will try to produce some more videos to make it easier for you to get your impressions. And please do not see me as an art project or as a muse or something like that. Please do not. I'm a living man and I'm loving you. Thanks for watching.